Hey everyone, this is Chase, the Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and this is my first impressions ride review of the new 5.5 FlexLock boot from Leatt. All right, everyone, thanks for checking in with us today. As you can see, we're out here at beautiful LACR MX in Southern California. We're out here at Leatt, so big thank you to those guys for having us out here. The track could not have been better. They've had some good rain lately, so just been an amazing day. And we've also been riding in the all-new 5.5 FlexLock boot from Leatt. So this boot's several years in the making. They've got a lot of top riders that are in it right now, like Ryan Sipes, Justin Hill, Vince Freeze. And I know that Chris Kiefer is one of the riders that helped kind of develop it as well. And I think he put over 200 hours in these boots, just testing them, testing different compounds, just making sure that they got it right the first time. And honestly, I think Leatt knocked it out of the park. There's a lot of things to really like about this boot. And honestly, there's very few critiques that I have. And overall, I'm really happy with how this came out. And what I like about it is price point. So this is what I would consider a premium boot, but you're still sub 400 bucks. So it's an affordable premium boot that offers great protection. So if you want to learn all the ins and outs of everything that went into it, you can watch the product spotlight. But today I just want to talk about how the boot performs, how it feels, and what you can expect if you decide to pick up a pair of these. So first off, pretty unique. I just want to point out a couple features that are pretty unique that only Leatt is doing. And first off is what they just call their FlexLock system. So they actually have these little red inserts you can see right here on the outside, and these are interchangeable. You'll have an extra set that comes in the box. And what these actually do is adjust the stiffness or the lateral rigidity of the boot depending on what the rider is looking for. So you have two different inserts, and it just helps stiffen up the boot, and it's just offering more support for the rider's ankle. And kind of Leatt's take on it is that the more support you can get for the ankle laterally, the less forces that are transferred up the leg to the tib fib and into the rider's knee. So a pretty cool system there. You know, you've got a hinge on both sides. You've got a hyper extension stop here in the back as well. And as far as fitment goes, it's true to size. I wear a size 9, fits spot on. It's a really comfortable boot. When I step into this, the toe box, they were going for more of a medium to wide toe box with this. So for riders that do have wider feet, you really don't have much to worry about there. It's got a nice low profile toe box. Shifting has been a non-issue for me. And also the sole, because for me as a rider, there's a couple things that I have to have in a boot. One, I gotta have good support, which I feel like this boot offers me. And also, I like to have good feel on the foot pegs. When I'm riding, I like to know exactly where my feet are. I wanna be able to feel my brake pedal. I wanna be able to feel my shifter. And so they accomplish that. There's actually a really good foot peg feel with these. The sole is nice and grippy. It's replaceable. But something that's in the sole that I didn't actually realize at first is they actually have some relief cuts in the sole just to give a little bit more flex on the ball of the foot so you can get better feel on the pegs, on the brake pedal. So overall, the feel on these is actually really good. I was very surprised with that. Buckles, no complaints there. The buckles work great. As far as flexibility goes in braking period, that's another thing I think they did well with this. It feels very supportive, but it's not gonna take too long to break in. There's some other boots that I've ridden in where it honestly takes multiple rides. I'm talking 4 or 5 hours of riding at minimum in order for that boot to break in to get the flex that I'm looking for. With this, 2 rides, and I feel like I have all the flex that I would need out of the boot. So the break-in time is actually pretty minimal, which is nice. Also up here at the top, they have what's nice. It's called their SlideLock closure system. It's a one-way Velcro, so it just doesn't bind up when you do up that top buckle. Not a huge deal, but it's pretty unique, and I think it actually does what it's supposed to do. Now, as far as my nitpicks, really, like I said, guys, I don't have very many. The boot's comfortable, it's got good feel, the flexibility is good, minimal break-in. The only thing that I've noticed is that right around the ankle area when I put these on, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of rubbing on the inside and outside of my ankle. So after a full day of riding, I start to feel that a little bit, but it's not to the point where I have to take the boot off, but it is something that I did feel. I talked to some other riders today because a lot of guys riding in these. Some riders felt it, some riders didn't. So I really think it's just gonna come down to rider, how the boot fits you, because obviously everybody's gonna be a little bit different. On the inside, nice grippy system here, so grips the bike extremely well. I think the calf opening could maybe be a little bit larger just for those guys that do have really big calves and that wear a knee brace. So I have a 16-inch calf, I'm wearing a knee brace, but I'm wearing a pretty low profile knee brace. It's the Asterisk Carbon Cell. And it could probably use a little bit more at the top, but for most riders, it's gonna be perfectly fine. But overall, rock solid boot. Props to Leatt for coming out with this. It's really hard to get a really good boot that performs well, has everything that I'm looking for in a boot at a good price point the first go around. and they did a heck of a job. So if you guys have more questions or comments, if you want to hear more of my feedback, I'm more than happy to give that to you. I'm gonna get a lot of hours in these. I'm gonna come back and do a video and just talk about long-term durability, see if there's any parts to me that have worn down or anything that's broken, just to kind of give you guys an update on that. But if you're looking to pick up a set of these, like I said, sub 400 bucks, I really don't think you could go wrong. If you have questions or comments, you want some more of my feedback, I want to give that to you, so leave that below. And to pick up a set, you can click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Orders over $75 ship free. And these aren't apparel items, so if you do buy the 5.5 FlexLock, if you don't like how it fits you, send it back in brand new unused condition, and we'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. I'm Chase here at Rocky Mountain. We'll see you on the trails.